Oh, I remember to do it for once. So, like I said before, this is a very informal thing. Just kind of wanted to get up here and give you guys some ideas and some booking thoughts. And, we got lots going on right now. It's the holiday season, it's the holiday hustle. So, people are shopping. They're starting to shop for Christmas or they're shopping for themselves, one of the two, and preparing for the holidays coming up. So, just wanted to think about some things that we could do to get some bookings because, as you guys know, next month, well, Sunday, we'll start earning free for all products for the spring. So I'd hate for anybody to miss out on something like that. And I would really love for you guys to fill your calendars and fill your kitchens and your purses and pocketbooks as well too. So that's what we're kind of here to help you do. And this is just very informal, kind of give y'all some ideas, some thoughts, and all of that. So I've jotted down a couple of notes and I've been on a couple of training calls and just want to help you succeed. So, that being said, there are different levels of free for all. And Jennifer, I meant to pull that up. Do you know the levels off the top of your head for November and December?
Hang on, I can get it real quick because I got it in my meeting stuff. Let me find it. Because I did change from what we're used to.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a question.
Okay.
I have been trying to get a return for one of my clients for months ago that nothing. She's asked me about it a bunch of times. I've tried to call in. I can't get an answer. I've done the return thing twice, but nothing's happened of it. I finally found one that I had brand new just under mine. I don't know how to check on that. And I also don't know how to check because I don't think I got some of my fall things that I earned. So how do I handle that?
So when you did the return, did you do it online?
Yes.
Okay. Did you get an email? You should have gotten an email when you generated that adjustment online through the web tool. You should have gotten an email.
I'll have to go back and look. I don't know that I did. I don't remember, honestly.
Okay.
I'll go back and look.
But if not, if you go to report and tracking, and then you go to shipment status, there'll be a blue box in the top right corner that says adjustments. And if you click on adjustments, you can go back and look at your previous adjustments, where the status is for those.
Okay, I'll try that.
And you'll have a confirmation number on that email.
Yep.
Okay. And then
it automatically generates that email. It just may be in your spam folder, but you have that.
Okay. And then because I know I ordered, I know I earned, I'm sure I did. I'm trying to remember what was on the levels of what I earned. And I'm sure there was the new small bar pan stone that fits in the air fryer. So how do I figure out or find out what was earned for each level? Because I earned different levels.
I'll have to go back and see if I can find the document.
I know it's in, I'm pretty sure I posted it on our team page of what everybody earned.
Okay.
You can kind of scroll back through the pictures. Okay. Oh, and the sellathon $12.50 is the first level, and you get $40 worth of products. $2,500 is the next level for $400 worth of products. So boy, what a big difference there. $12.50 and $2,500. 4,000 gets you 455, and 6,000 gets you 525, and that is for November.
Okay.
I don't have December's, but I got November. So that's what we're earning: $12.50, $2,500, 4,000, and 6.
Okay. Awesome. All right. So just keep that in mind. And we don't know what the products are. We have no idea. Good chance that there'll be a cover product. either in the first level of free for all, well, first or second
I'm guessing the
for all for
two.
November, or either in the first level in December.
Yeah, they got a big note. Make sure you earn level 2 to 2,500. So I'm wondering if that's the key products.
Might be. So just keep that in mind. The big ticket items that everybody wants. Now, if for some reason you don't earn them, you can always purchase them as a sample one time for 50% off. So keep that in mind. Don't be discouraged, but we're going to help you for free.
Get them for free if you can.
So let's talk about bookings. I don't know where she is. She's just barking. Can y'all hear her?
That's the only time I heard her, just one time.
Okay. She'll stop in a few minutes, maybe. If not, I'll go check on her. So, if you've been in this business before, you've probably heard of a Frank's list. And your Frank's list is always going to be your best friend. It's going to be your go-to when your calendar is looking blank, because it's going to help you brainstorm some ideas of some folks to contact. Okay, so by Frank's list, I mean, if you've got a piece of paper in front of you, I want you to write down the first 5 names of friends that come to mind. And don't prejudge, don't think about it, just the first 5 names that come to mind, write them down, okay? Then when you get your 5 friends, and I mean, it might just be you were scrolling through Facebook and you saw their name and you're like, oh, I haven't talked to her in a while. Then I want you to write down the first 5 relatives that you guys can think of, because that's going to help you too. And I know some of my relatives, it took me a long time to get them to let me do a party for them, but then they were like, oh, I like this. Told you. And think of people that you know by association. So the first 5 people that you can think of, you know, by association. Now you're probably going, what do you mean? Your hairdresser, your person at the post office you see, maybe you're somebody that you see at the grocery store that helps you get your to go, your Food Line to go order, your Walmart to go order. Maybe somebody that you see at a nail salon, or somebody that you just see in passing all the time. Those are your people you know by association. Then I want you to think of 5 people that are your neighbors, or were your neighbors, or might be your neighbors soon. Think about those things. So when you think of neighbors, think of past, present, and future. Because I know I still have lots of good friends that are my neighbors. Then I want you to think about 5 friends or 5 people that you know through your children or through your best friend's children if you don't have any children. They're kids. Or even if you do have kids, then maybe 5 parents that are your kids' friends' parents. Maybe you know them through some sort of organization that the kids are in together or something. And then 5 people that you know through your spouse or significant other. So maybe 5 people they work with or have worked with, or y'all have hung out with on a regular basis and you had dinner parties and whatnot. Let me close this door. I don't know what she's barking. Maybe she's okay. I'll check on her in a minute. And you know what? If you run out of people that you can put on your Frank's list, think of the Frank's list of your friends that you just wrote down. If you want to expand that further, think of who that they would refer you to, that you know through them. Think about those things. And just generate a list of people that you could actually reach out to see if you can get some bookings on your calendar. That's my piece of advice for you tonight on that. Then I have a whole bunch of other ideas. And Jennifer, I'm sure you probably have some ideas too.
Yeah, well, we'll see once we go through the whole thing.
So I want y'all to know that bookings are everywhere. And if you don't ask someone, the answer is always going to be no. And you know what? If you don't book a party with them and you don't ask them and you don't offer it to them, Sally's going to come along and she's going to join Pampered Chef and she's going to ask them, and then they're going to do a party for her. And you know why? Because you didn't ask them. Okay. So that's the reality of this business. And I just want to be completely transparent with y'all. So if you don't ask, the answer is always no. Now, if you get no after no after no after no, you know what? It's okay, because they're not telling you no to you. They're saying no to the service that you're offering. And that's okay. And it may not be no, not never. It may just be no, not right now. Okay. So
And every no you get gets you closer to a yes.
that's right. Go for no.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you get 10 no's, there's going to be a yes right behind it. I can almost always bet on it.
Mm-hmm.
Think about bookings when you are going to church and who you go to church with. Talk to your friends from church. Think about organizations you're a part of. Maybe you're part of like a women's group, or you're part of the choir at church, or let's see, I don't know, all kinds of organizations. You're in the Rotary, all kinds of stuff like that. Think about those things that you do and think about people you know through that. Or maybe if you're not in those organizations anymore, think about people you met through there. You could always.
And that might be good leads too for fundraisers, by the way.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And think about these schools. They might need fundraisers right now to help raise money to get their hands on equipment that they need for remote learning and things. I mean, who knows? There's some grants and stuff out there, but I mean, they could need some of these smaller schools. They could use stuff like that. So think about those fundraisers too. Yeah, Michaela.
Halloween costume.
Oh.
He's going to be Jennifer and Marty McFly.
Oh, okay.
Back to the Future. And you know, something else about that, for groups, you know, there normally is a lot of fall festivals and things that are going on that's not happening now. So a lot of those groups were using those fall festivals and things as fundraisers. So if they're unable to host those type events, they might still be interested in doing a fundraiser for you, especially if you can do it online.
Mm-hmm. And some are still doing them. And they're doing them outdoors. And if y'all are comfortable doing that, you can do those. I never want you to do anything you're not comfortable with, but there's always
I signed up for one the second weekend in November, second Saturday in November. And they said that everybody's canceled theirs. This is going to be the only one in the county. And it's at the rec center, you know, and it's all going to be outside. I'm like, well, what the heck?
There'll probably be a ton of people there if it's the only
That's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping.
Are you sick, Jennifer?
Hey, got some head thing going, yeah.
Oh, I feel you. I've got some of that going on. It's miserable.
It just won't leave me. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Sorry, the door slammed. I don't
That
know.
ghosty.
Well, Trey's at the neighbor's house. I don't know if he came in or what. You could always do kids cooking classes. You can do them virtually, or you can do them in home if you're comfortable doing that. You could do pie workshops or cookie workshops for the holidays, guys. People need ideas for things to do, and they're probably still going to be gathering in some small groups. So think about those things. When you're doing your virtual parties and your in-home parties, if you're doing virtual, you want to mention bookings every day throughout your party. You want to bring up some sort of booking little snippet in that party somehow, some way. You also want to put your host to work for you. Your host has an amazing reward on the table for them. If they get 3 bookings that qualify, they get a half price or 40% off, depending on when they have the party, at each party, and they get a $50 free credit booking bonus as well. So think about those things, put them to work, let them know what's on the table and out there for them, because they'll help you get those bookings. If you are doing home shows, you want to sprinkle 3 or 4 times throughout your home show about bookings and about what they can get. Like, would you rather pay $200 for this item, or would you rather get it for free or half price? Of course, free or half price is going to be what they want. You can always take catalogs and drop them off at offices if you need to. And maybe you can drop off some brownies or something to go with it that you made in your brownie bite pan or something. These are just things that we do. If there's a lounge, you can post a catalog there and leave some order forms. If you're going to an event, you could make a Pampered Chef recipe and take it to the event, and maybe some recipe cards that you print out, or you can share some little holiday mini catalogs. Let me go see where she is. Jennifer, if you got something you want to throw in real quick.
Oh gosh, let's see.
I'm just brainstorming, that's all.
That's a tough one to come back and think about. Let's see. What'd she just say? What was the last thing she said? How bad
About
was
the
that?
brownies, dropping the brownies off, or taking something to a event and making it in a Pampered Chef thing.
You know, you listen, Rhonda, but then you just completely forget. It's crazy. Oh gosh, yeah. So even at your doctor's offices, guys, everybody's probably going to a doctor's office now at some point, or vet or anything. It's a good place to drop off the brownie. I like the brownie, the bites especially now you can do. So far, that's safe on the list, I think. So,
Well, I've had my friends ask me, since I'm back in New Bern, and I have a ton of friends here. A bunch of them ask me, they're like, do you think you could do regular parties at your house now? Do a big housewarming. So they want me, when I get moved in, to have a big party, cook stuff, because I'm always having girls over, whatever. And one of my friends said to me, I hope you kind of do that on a regular basis. I could come, eat what you cook, watch something, and order something. So I'm like, sure. Because we kind of do dinner club anyways. So I'm going to do my dinner club again, but incorporate that in it somehow.
well, and I've got to where I do 3 open houses a year. So spring, fall, and then first Saturday in December for Christmas holiday shopping. So
That's a good idea.
Get into that groove, then people know, after you get the first couple of seasons in, they know when's your next open house, when's your next open house.
Mhm.
And they love coming. So
that's a good idea. I like that.
Plan a holiday open house, whether it's going to be virtual or in home. Have your own holiday open house.
Yeah.
Yep, that was something that was on my list also, so don't let me repeat that. But hosting your own party or open house or holiday show of your own was something that you could definitely do as well.
So I have a question. Jennifer, when you do the open house, do you have food you make ahead of time that's out with your products, or do you kind of make something there, or do you do a little bit of both?
A little bit of both. I have the majority of it fixed already. And then they love to see me do.
Yeah, see, mine are like to see me do it. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, except for the holiday one. At the holiday one, I try to really socialize and talk to them. So I may try to have more stuff done for the holiday one. But when it's a new season, I might be, it's always a recipe I never get to get it ready. So I'm throwing it together, and they love watching it.
Yeah, okay.
Jennifer does a crazy amount of food at her open house too.
Very. Yeah.
That's fun.
It's crazy.
Let's see. Oh, reach out to people who have recently gotten engaged or getting married and offer a bridal registry, or even a shower, an online shower or an in-person shower, whatever you choose. They're so popular, guys. They're so much fun, and our brides get so much stuff because people buy stuff off their wish list for them, and then we ring them in as the host, and they get the free and half price items, and they get to keep shopping. And I'm really good at recruiting a bride for some reason. I've recruited several brides throughout my 8 years of Pampered Chef. I don't know what it is, but maybe they've spent so much money on the wedding that they need a little extra cash flowing in, but just something to think about. So ask around, make a post, say, hey, does anyone know any friends getting married? We offer an awesome bridal shower for them. I can't even make sense of my notes over here. I was typing so fast earlier. I offer a host appreciation luncheon or breakfast or a virtual host appreciation party, whatever you choose, to show appreciation for those past hosts. I think a lot of you have been consultants for a while and maybe a couple of seasons in here and there. So think about your past hosts that did amazing job for you, and maybe they want to host again for the new fall season. Those are things to think about too. Think about our half-price host combos. Maybe you want to talk about those during your parties because they're exclusive to hosts. So maybe they want the quick cooker and all of the accessories that come with it, or they want some cookware and they kind of want a different collection of cookware. So think about those things. Make sure you share those. We're coming up in November, and a lot of times you'll see some other consultants talking about a turkey trot where they give some friends some catalogs and some order forms to take with them to see their families at Thanksgiving, and they're collecting orders while they're there. That's a good idea to get some sales in November too, because they're going to be shopping for sure. They might as well be shopping while they're hanging out and eating, and maybe not run into Walmart and Belts and Target and everywhere else, because who knows what Black Friday will look like this year for anybody. We might have a leg up on the situation being online and having online orders. Be sure to follow up with any leads that you've had in the past that said they wanted to host a party and they want to do it later. Well, now it's later, so make sure that you're calling them back, reaching out to them. Make sure you're asking open-ended questions when you're talking about bookings. Hey, did you get everything on your wish list? No, actually I didn't. I really wanted to get that 12-inch stainless steel skillet, but it's just not in the budget for me. Oh my gosh, let me tell you something. You can get it for 60% off as a host. Let me help you do that. Like, offer a service to them, help them. Maybe they want to do some shopping. I had a lady last year, she hosted a party just so that she could buy her kids cookware, and she bought them all cookware for half price and 60% off last year at Christmas. Like, her bill was like it was almost $2,000 because she bought like 4 sets of cookware at half price.
Wow. Nice.
I mean, she helped me have a good show, and she put a big dent in her shopping. So worked out for both of us. Order some holiday mini catalogs if you haven't. I think there's lots of good ideas in those. Maybe you can make a post on Facebook and mail some of them out. Those holiday mini catalogs will mail with just a single stamp. So those are good to do. And we talked about school fundraisers. So just kind of wanted to brainstorm some thoughts and ideas for you guys. And I wanted to talk about a couple of other things too. Does anybody else have anything booking wise or any ideas they want to share with us? Rhonda, that cat in the background, always.
That's just the spot. Now I was going to say the holiday mini catalogs. I ordered a bunch of those, and what I did was, of course, I haven't been around 18 years or this, so, but everyone that had ordered for me since I started back in January, I mailed that off with a little personal note and let them know, hey, if you order by the 12th, it'll be there by the 24th, and shipped all those out a couple of days ago. Hopefully we'll get some stuff off that, but that's what I did with those. Like you said, single stamp.
And if I can make a suggestion about that too, when you mail them out, I don't know if you kept a list, but if you will plan it right in your head and send out 5 to 10 per day, then mark on your calendar in about 5 days to follow up with those 5 to 10. then it doesn't seem so overwhelming for you, because you can't expect them to call you. You need to follow up with them. Hey, I sent you this holiday mini catalog. Just wanted to see if you found anything exciting in there. You have any questions? You need any help for your holiday shopping? Because if you just mail it to them, it's nothing. You got to follow up. And that way, if you mail them out in little small groups, it don't seem so overwhelming. Whereas if you send out 50 in a day, you're like, oh crap, I ain't got time to sit here and call out 50. And then you won't call anybody because you feel so overwhelmed.
Yep, that's what I was about to say. The fortune is in the follow-up when it comes to that. Be sure you're tracking who you send them to and following up with them. You could always reach out and say, hey, I'm doing an experiment. I'm trying to see how on it the post office is. Have you received the little gift I sent you?
And you can always say, well, you can officially put in like a golden ticket in some of those and just say, hey, I'm just following up to see if you was one of my golden ticket winners. Golden ticket could be anything.
Mm-hmm. Don't forget to reach out to any customers that maybe shopped with you on any of your parties and during the pandemic from, was it April to September, Jennifer? They should have 10%
I think
off
so.
the remainder of the year. They might want to take advantage of that. So they got an email from
Have they announced?
to have it.
Yeah. Have they announced the host thing they told us about, Ann? The $15?
I don't know.
I don't know. Whenever that comes, that'd be a good reason to follow up with people too.
I thought somebody said that they had, or maybe they were releasing something this week. So that should be coming.
Do you know about it, Rhonda? You're muted. I don't know what she said.
No, I didn't hear what you said at the very beginning about all I heard was the host thing they were going to announce. I'm like, don't know what
Okay.
we're talking about.
They told us they're going to be announcing the $15 special to past host to go in their credit, go into their account, but I don't know when.
Oh yeah, no. I saw that on the store.
Oh, okay.
Everybody gets like the $15.
Okay.
Yeah. Or it's in Consultants Corner. Yeah, I remember something about the $15.
And
I can't remember exactly where I saw it.
If they don't have a booking coming up, whenever they do receive that, if they don't have a booking that booked from them to spend that extra $15 on, you can always say, hey, shipping's down to we're about a week out now. You can host another show and you can still get your free and discounts. And then you can put that $15 towards your host rewards too. So you might get another show out of that.
Yeah.
Especially if it was in the old season. They got a whole new season.
Trying to see where I saw that.
Yeah, guys, be sure that you are checking into the Stir every day or two, every couple of days, and kind of maybe take a look at an article, listen to a recording if you get a chance. Always be touching your business and doing something training related. And maybe if it's nothing but 10, 15 minutes, you're taking a look and seeing updates, because there's a lot of information going out right now. And I don't want you guys to miss it. I'm trying to, the big stuff, I'm trying to copy and put into the group, at least a link for you guys to go log in and take a look at something. It's very important information and pertains very much to you and your business. It's not just little fuddy-duddy stuff usually, but I just wanted to make sure that you guys are aware. It's pretty easy to get to when you log in. You just click more and click on the Stir, and then you can scroll back through the previous days. Plus, if you miss a Teach Me webinar, all the Teach Me webinars are there. So if you're somebody who travels a lot, jump on and listen to a Teach Me webinar. You can get some really good ideas while you're on the road, rather than listening to those idiots on the radio babbling about politics right now and so on and so forth.
And it is in the Star. That's where I saw it. It's in the Star.
Good.
And also too, this is, if y'all have heard of the Coffee Talk, there's a Coffee Talk Facebook page. There's a Saturday morning Coffee Talk call, and there have all the recordings. You can pick your subject out that you might be interested in, and while you're driving, while you're doing anything. I mean, they're not very long calls, 20 minutes or so, or 30. And you can be listening to those while you're driving or taking a shower, or, getting your hair done or whatever.
Cleaning the house, put in your earbuds.
Yep. And just listen to them.
Phone in the hoodie pocket if you don't have wireless earbuds. Yeah, tons of things. I know y'all probably think,
I've always told the more you learn, the more you earn.
yep. Yeah. I think I had a couple of things about virtual parties I wanted to talk to y'all about because, yeah, some of you don't know who Ellington Boyce is, but she is part of an upline director team that we are all on, and she is amazing. And there's no there's no repeating her. There's no, she blows me away. I don't know how she finds time to do the things that she does, but anyway, she had some a couple of key points on a call that Jennifer and I were on the other day, and I just kind of wanted to go over a couple of them with y'all for your virtual parties because she is extremely successful and she still works a full-time job, a very demanding full-time job. I believe she runs like a assisted living facility or something like that. Yeah, nuts. She's an executive director. But she talked a lot about building relationships with your host and guest, and finding out 5 things about them that you didn't know before they were your host. So that's going to help you build a relationship and help you make a connection with them. So keep that in mind. Try to find out 5 things about them. I mean, don't ask them 20 questions or anything, but when it comes up in conversation, hey, do you have a family? You have kids? I mean, what do you do for a job? What do you do for fun? Like, find out those things. She also said to always do a welcome post. And this is something I had gotten away from for a while in my virtual parties, but I've gotten back to doing it and introducing myself with a picture of me and my husband. And I tell them that we're currently expecting our first child, and just a little bit about me, and that I've worked in public health for 13 years. And this is not my only job, just kind of letting them know what I do and what to expect. So share that about yourself. Tell them what you do and all that good stuff. And you can even put in a little trick if you wanted to and say, if you could do a video or you could do a post, up to you, but you could put something in there where they need to message you a question, an answer to a question or something, and maybe give them some tickets to see if they're actually paying attention. It might help encourage some participation and some communication with you directly through Messenger. So, which is always good because that's going to help your algorithms with Facebook. And we know Facebook can be a beast sometimes.
You can ask when your due date is.
Yeah. That'll be a good one. I hadn't thought about that yet. Maybe I'll start that in November. And if you've ever been on one of our Rise to Success calls, you know that I always say that winners keep score. Tracking is always important. So tracking your conversations that you're having with your host and with your guest are important, because if you don't track them, it's almost like they didn't happen. I know that my brain functions in a way that I need notes among notes among notes among notes among notes. So track your calls. Try to make sure to reach out to folks, maybe 10 a day, 10 contacts a day, 10 two-way conversations. I mean, that's not a whole lot. That's not much time out of your day. Just make sure you're doing those things. And make sure that when you're posting, you're making it personalized. You're not just copying and pasting from something. Actually go in and make it sound like you, because Jennifer might not say, hey girl, but I might all the time. Or hey y'all, or something like that. I mean, make sure it sounds like you, especially if we're sharing some content with you. Personalize it and make it your own.
Yep.
Also, if you are not reaching out to your rock star guest and messaging them and thanking them for participating in the party, then you might be missing out on your next future host, possibly your next future consultants. And by a rock star host or a rock star guest in a party, we mean somebody who has commented or liked at least 2 or more of your posts, okay? And you'll probably have more than one. but you want to reach out to them. You might need to friend request them so that Facebook will connect you. And make a note of it. Winners keep score, so make sure you're tracking it. Maybe you want to talk to them about their wish list or what their favorite Pampered Chef item is, or just have a conversation and get to know them. Build a relationship with them. And I talked earlier about partnering with your host for your 3 bookings, so I won't go over that again, but make sure that you have them working for you in the corner, in your back corner, because they get a huge benefit and so do you. So make sure you're talking to them.
What are you doing?
So, anything else you want to add, Jennifer?
No, that last one is key. I had this guy who it was actually a home office lead, and he got 3 bookings. So he had to show, and we just started a 3 booking bonus. And so I shared with him, if they have the shows before the end of the month, he gets a half price item on their show. As soon as it goes to January, he gets a 40% off. So we've had 2 shows now, and the last one has been hard to get a hold of. So I reached out to her again. I tagged him in the message, and he reached out to me that he saw her and he told her she needed to have her show before the end of the year. So he's working it. He wants that half price versus the 40% off, but he wants it. You know, he knows it's important. So get them on your side. He's working on it just as hard as I am.
And you know what, guys? If you get them working for 3 bookings, they might just turn around and join your team. And those bookings might be theirs, but it's okay because there's 3 more out there somewhere else. Don't even worry about it. Just move on. Be afraid.
What are you doing? Sorry, the cat is having a damn hell. Stop.
It's a full moon. Saturday night, so they're probably, the animals are feeling their oats, I'm sure.
Well, he doesn't have but one front paw, so he only has claws on this one, but he's on the back of my chair clawing with that one paw.
Oh.
I don't know why, because it's not like he can try to climb up with one paw. But
You don't know what he'll do.
And y'all don't forget, if you saw my live, our organization's group meeting is going to be Monday night. So my challenge that you guys can do is to go into Dash and take that booking class. There's 6 little sections to it, and send me your best tip by Sunday night, and you'll be entered into a drawing. So that might give you some extra ideas too on bookings.
Oh yeah.
now, if we've already done that, we can still tell you what our best thing, because I did that. Because that's like, I
If you
actually
tell
tried to
me-
go back through and redo it and like retype the answers, and it won't let me do anything. Let me reread it, but I was like, well, crap.
Yeah, as long as I see that it's completed. Once you text me and I see that it's completed on your Dash, then you're good. Yeah, give me your tip. Yep.
Are you
It wouldn't hurt. It's been a while. You can refresh.
Well, that's
You
what
know
I mean.
what?
Yeah, I was going to reread it and stuff but it's like also because taking it 6 months ago versus now, it's like there's a lot of those questions
Yep.
that they ask. I would like to put in, it's like I know a different answer now that makes more sense to me,
Right.
but I can change it. So I'm like, okay.
Right. Exactly. Sometimes, you hear things over and over and over. We talk about this at conference. You hear things over and over and over and over. Now all of a sudden it's going to smack you upside the head. Why
Yeah.
haven't I been doing that?
Or you get in a habit and for some reason you drop something that you were doing that was working really well,
Yeah.
and you miss it, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, that's what I've not been doing. That's what happens to me.
Oh my gosh. I do that cooking shows all the time. Yep.
But no, it's like you were talking about the welcome post, especially on when I get that host, because we all do, because that's the nature of the business. You get that host that you have no clue who they are because they were a guest somewhere or something, I'll do just a little short video because like I always start out, it's like, hey guys, I'm Rhonda, I'm a real person. It's like, because they don't know me. They have no clue who I am, It's like somebody out there might think that it's just a fake name on something or whatever. So I always try to do that video, especially for the host that I wouldn't know them if they knocked on my door, so that all her friends know, okay, this is a real person that's actually doing this for their benefit and stuff. So I find out that works really well.
That's getting to know them. building that relationship.
That's a good point.
Sorry, I got a cat hair or something. It's driving me nuts. Okay, I'm okay.
Did y'all have any questions about anything we've gone over tonight? Like I said, I really just wanted to do this to give y'all some tips and thoughts and things and things rolling and thinking about people you could reach out to maybe get you some bookings on your calendar.
Now, my only question, like going into businesses or doctor's offices or whatever, and anybody that's been doing it or has done the experience, how receptive are people? Because I know if there's a no soliciting sign, I should not go in, correct?
I normally go in there if I'm going, you know,
Right.
I'm already taking the dog to the vet, so I could take
I
a
mean, just like
catalog there.
businesses in general kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm going to the bank, so yeah. So I don't really consider it going out and soliciting if you're already there.
If you're going there to do business anyway, so.
Ew.
Well, what was it they used to do? Cupcakes and catalogs or something. If you've got a friend that works in one of those offices, hey, I'd love to treat your office to cupcakes and catalogs or something. I mean, just something.
And I know you got to be kind of picky now, make sure
Yeah.
you are coming into work and not just working at home necessarily. You know, you don't want to go and to one particular office when everybody's working at home. You can't leave. What's the point of leaving cupcakes there? You know, so kind of check it out. You know, if you call, make an appointment, you can talk to the person. You know, hey, are y'all working from home or y'all got people there? You know, I wouldn't mind when I come to my appointment, you know, bringing you guys some brownies or cupcakes and leaving a catalog. You know, I just want to make sure some people are going to be there on this day or something.
I have a doctor's appointment next week. I'll go in with cupcakes and and catalogs.
Hey, I guarantee you they're going to call you to remind you of that appointment. That's a good time to ask.
Oh, yeah, good.
That's true.
Yeah.
But
Unless you have to press 1 to confirm. Then you might not talk to a person.
I think the downfall of society was you know, the voice recordings instead of somebody actually answering a phone. But I'm old, so my phone was attached to the wall and did this.
And had the great big long cord that went all the way to the end of the house.
Well, no, I was like a teenager before we got the really long cord. When I was young, this is how old I am. We had party lines and we had that little 2-foot cord that if you were trying to like get away with something with your, you know,